Hi, this is Doug Jones. You might know me from Star Trek Discovery or The Shape of Water. Right now, you're listening to Brigade-Radio-One.
You're listening to Brigade-Radio-One.
Silent Night, and yeah, I know it's March, but it's the only song I had queued up, and we had coffee run into the studio, so I thought let's just break before the chaos hits. You know, what do you expect? Nothing but... It's amazing the show's got the ratings it does. The person that's critiquing my professionalism is actually one of our heroes around here. That's right, he was with us when we gave Christmas to about 400 homeless children and their families on December 2nd. A hero that showed up not only for the broadcast to get involved for year 7, the 7th year we've done Christmas. Stephen Peterman, the producer of Bella and the Bulldogs in Hannah, Montana. How are you? And Mr. Donovan on Fast Times.
Thank you very much. Fast Times.
That was Square Pegs, which was essentially a TV version of Fast Times.
That's yes, it was, and that was an amazing. That was like a Normandy invasion operation. The Christmas extravaganza. I was so impressed with how many people were involved and what an amazing, great feeling there was at the place. It was a thrill to be a part of it.
Well, you're very kind, brother. Thank you for being there and adding some cachet to it. It does feel like Omaha Beach, particularly at the end of the day. And you know, I can't tell you what it means to have people who are associated with the show come out and validate it with their presence. Because when it comes to people dividing up budgets for charities, the deciding factor is, in particular, what elements are where and what they're going to be doing. You know, all the causes I think in my town seem to be just, but you know, you're still fighting for.
Oh yeah.
You know, a little bit of.
No, I realized at one point you can go to a different dinner every night of the week for a disease you've never heard of.
Right.
An organization that's doing incredible work.
We should test that. We should make up a disease and see what kind of fundraising we can get just to see what.
That's a great idea.
I think I'm giving you some plot points.
I don't think you're quite understanding the spirit of my observation.
No, I get it, my friend. I just wanted to make sure everyone was aware that we're speaking to a hero, and we also have another legend in studio with us. You're going to like this guy. He's actually we've wanted to talk to him for a long time. You know his work. Well, he's got 900 plus credits, but you work with a couple of our regulars, including director Nicholas Meyer, Wrath of Khan.
That is true.
Walter Hill, The LongRiders.
One of my favorites, yeah.
Yes.
That was a great experience. Unbelievable. Yeah.
Mr. Nicholas Guest. And you are, is there a show you have not been on?
There are many. There are really many.
I don't think.
There were many that I was barred from.
But I can't get into that. Have I ever hired you? I don't think we.
That's going to happen in New York,
Yes,
actually. We've worked that out. We're going to have a nice dinner, and then we'll work
fantastic.
out. You know what? It would.
That would be great.
I'm there.
I know when you were doing the TV series Beyond Westworld, you were thinking about what could possibly top this epic run, and then you got a chance to play what is essentially the villain in The Long Riders for Walter Hill, who's one of our heroes around here.
Yeah, I mean that was it's mythic. Those characters are mythic.
Yeah.
You know? And a lot of times you'll look in the newspaper and they have more information about Jesse James. It just does. It's not going to die. You know that story. It's amazing.
People love an outlaw.
Can I ask?
There you go.
Peter Jason was in here talking about the production a little bit.
One of my favorite people in the world.
Yes.
Very funny.
You can't let a week go by without talking to or somehow incorporating Peter Jason into it. It's true. It would just be too mundane without him.
Have you heard him play trumpet, by the way? He does
yes.
it, you know. Yes, okay.
We all heard it in Prince of Darkness, but yes, he will do it for select individuals.
He will do it, yes.
But he said that there were several brothers attached and it started off as a musical at some point. So how did it fall to you and your brother to do it?
Well, they had, first of all, my understanding is it took something like 10 years to get the whole thing together. I think there was a play, or as you said, a musical of some sort, and then it was decided to do, a full-on feature film, and they were trying to, well, yes, they were trying, I'm going to stick with that word, trying, to round up real brothers, and one day they called upon my brother and myself, and we walked in, and there was a nervousness at play that served for the comedy, which they were not expecting for those characters, because you're thinking, here come the villains. But there was a comical aspect, which I think is actually kind of important.
You're actually lucky. I never told you, but I tried to convince my brother Tom, who's an attorney, that he should become an actor just so he and I could go out for those roles, because I think I would have kicked your ass.
I believe so.
That's the modesty that.
Well,
is
you're my hero,
Imagine
Steve.
me
You know that.
Imagine me at 5'7", riding my horse with my Woody Allen glasses, going, "This is so uncomfortable."
It's a, you
God,
know, it's a
that's very
different
funny.
take on it, Stephen, but it might work in its own way. You know, but I mean, it's actually one of my all-time favorite movies
thank
and
you.
westerns in particular, just because it's so gritty and just the sound design in particular
Oh
is
my
so
God,
hard.
Ry
to hit.
Cooder, brilliant,
Yeah. Oh,
brilliant
yeah,
music.
yeah.
Yeah, phenomenal. Yeah.
And talk about some of the what the preparation you had to do, because learning how to ride.
Well, there were days of riding, and which was, it's an eye opener. I mean, I grew up in New York City, so obviously there's a lot of riding in Manhattan. On Sixth Avenue.
Well, like with the police, the mounted
the police.
and stuff.
Well, fortunately, the polo you did in private school helped.
Oh, here we go.
Yes, that was fantastic. That was the character I played in Trading Places. Basically, the four friends of Dan Aykroyd.
Well, there's so many legendary moments with you. I mean, we could go. Obviously, Christmas Vacation, I think, is the one
That was phenomenal. Jeremiah Chechik. I don't know if you're familiar with him, but anyway, he was the director, and I think he did a brilliant job. I really do. He knew exactly what he wanted and the timing, and it was before Julia Louis-Dreyfus completely took off, but she was brilliant. Everyone, and my first acting teacher was in it, Bill Hickey, who played one of the grandfathers.
Right.
Bill, it was wonderful.
Pritzi's Honor, Hickey.
Pritzi's Honor. You want a cookie?
Yeah.
Remember that? Yeah.
Everyone's favorite mob boss, right? Or at least
Absolutely.
was
I
at the
just
time.
realized Bill Hickey was Keith Richards before Keith Richards.
You're right.
You better subscribe to this channel before you look uncool.